Auto Packer 5000. Bet you I could run you through that, Vinny. Get that out of my way, buddy. Cutting into production here. Hey guys, today on It's Alive, we're gonna be doing chocolate making part 2. If you didn't see part 1, we were down in Ecuador where we learned how cacao is farmed, harvested, fermented. Maybe you didn't know it was fermented, but it is. Here in San Francisco at the Guittard factory, we're gonna be learning how we take that raw ingredient and turn it into the finished chocolate product of many types. Chocolate, Vinny! All right, guys, turns out the factory is very loud, so I'm gonna talk you through it out here. We'll pepper in some awesome footage that we caught from the factory and all this chocolate being made, and should be good fun. So remember back in part 1, back at the co-op, we were filling up those big burlap bags. We shipped them back over to San Francisco where we're gonna meet up in the receiving room. We cut open the bags, the beans fall out into this machine. What that machine does is sort by size and gets rid of, foreign objects that aren't cacao beans. Look at all those beans, Vinny. Get in there, bud. Whoosh, whoosh. Kind of like gutting a deer, Vinny. Look at that. Boom, baby. Who's better than us? It's fun. And then from there, the beans go over to a machine that roasts the beans and then cracks them open. The shells go out one way and then the nibs go down this really fascinating conveyor belt machine that sorts it by size. They go out to the next process.
And these are nibs. You can eat them.
Oh, warm. Fresh roasted. Woo! So here we're at the milling machine. There's 3 big cylinders, and inside there are these stone grinders. Cacao nibs are half cacao solids and half cacao butter. When you grind that up, it comes out in this beautiful, rich paste. It's very similar to the process of how you make peanut butter, just to help it make understanding. From there, you can see this beautiful liquid coming out, and that's called the liquor. So if you're going to be making dark chocolate, you take that liquor and you add some sugar. And if you want to be making milk chocolate, you take that liquor, add some milk and some sugar. That liquor gets piped over to these machines called the refiner. Essentially what these big drums are doing is just shearing particle size, removing any of that gritty kind of texture. Because, you guys are familiar with sugar. It's not a small, it's small, but it's not real small. If you were, from there it falls off and it's called fleck or flake. Flick? Flick. Flake. From there, the flake falls off and it gets moved up these conveyor belts.
So this is before it goes through the rolls. So it's a little bit coarser. You can taste the grain. You're gonna want more than that.
Ooh. You guys should just sell that in a toothpaste tube.
Pretty good.
I'll buy all of it.
So this is the refiner flake straight off the machine. So this is after it's already worked its way
through the rollers. Oh wow. Super smooth. None of that gritty. You can't taste the difference between the sugar and the cacao. It's just one.
Yeah. This is our conch room.
Oh, and conching, like the shell?
Sure.
Okay.
So after the refiner flake goes into our conches, it basically cooks in on itself. So it's like a Maillard reaction. So when you're...
Quiet down up there. We're making a movie.
When you're making toast, you take bread, you put it in the toaster, your toast tastes different from your bread. That's the Maillard reaction. So that's basically what's happening in here. So the chocolate goes into the conch, and it cooks in on itself, it sort of releases flavor.
Wow.
You look deep inside, you've got these
splinting blades. So once we left the conch, the chocolate gets tempered. Tempering essentially sets up the chocolate so that it has that snap and it melts nice, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And then from there, it gets piped over to these machines, which are called gruyers. And what that is depositing or molding. That's where it's going to take its form and become a chocolate bar. After these trays are filled, they go down the belt where the chocolate is cooled and allows it to set up and take a solid form. And then from there, it gets packaged up, sent in the boxes, and off to the destination. I'm falling behind, Vinny. Backwards again? All right, Vinny, put your thumb down, bud. Come on, get in here. Slip it in. Chocolate bar, Vinny. That one's for you, single serving. Oh, that was a good one, Vinny. You get that? Probably not. And then right through. Yeah. Woo! Auto packer. Ta-ta! Off to the restaurant world, Vinny. 10-pound bars, bulk, baby. You need them? You call your boy Guittard over here. FedEx it right to your house, no problem. Back to the line, Vinny. Cutting into production. One of the most important parts of chocolate making is quality control. We're going to take a little detour over in Guittard's quality control lab.
So we get these pre-shipment samples of cocoa beans from the farms. They've already been fermented. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a cut test to evaluate the quality of these beans before we actually use them in the roasting area.
All right, what's this little apparatus called here?
We just call it like a bean guillotine.
Oh, a bean guillotine.
Yeah, man. All right, so we just lock them up. Just drop the...
Man, I don't even make chocolate. I want one of these. Ooh, that looked like it felt good, Sean.
It does.
Yeah.
It eases stress, man.
Damn.
All right.
Oh, wow.
So we evaluate the color, the texture. We just look at like for impurities such as like under fermentation. These purple colored is like good quality beans.
Any chance I could maybe
Oh
get
yeah,
some
man.
stress out with this little bean guillotine?
Go for it.
Just push it right down.
Yes, sir.
Well, you really got to push it, huh, Sean? Jesus Christ, Sean's strong as hell. All right.
Flip it around, yeah.
Ooh, look at the purple we got, Vinny.
That's a good cut.
That's a good cut, damn good cut, Sean. What do you do next after this?
Then we'll do a little mini roasting process over there on that roaster. Then we'll run it through this little mill.
Pretty much what we did in here is exactly what happens in the factory, but on a smaller scale. Now we're going to take the liquor sample we made and a few others. We're going to go meet up with Amy Guittard, and we're going to taste the liquors to make sure that they're up to Guittard's standards.
We've done a cut test on these, which really kind of gives us a little bit of a preview of what we're looking for. If cocoa bean is not fermented properly, it has a very astringent taste. As cocoa bean is fermented, that goes away, and more of the chocolate flavor comes out, more of the aromas. Let's try a good one.
I mean, my untrained palate, I'd say approved, tastes great.
It's such a powerful flavor
that it's just overwhelming.
A lot of times when I taste it, I'm really tasting it for off flavors.
Right.
That's a good one, has no off flavors. So let's go to a not good one.
Yeah. Smells different. Tastes completely different.
It has like a manure-y
It is a
flavor.
little barny.
This is over fermented.
Okay.
It does come across on a burnt side, but that happened in the fermentation.
Wow. Unbelievable, the difference in flavor.
Yeah.
And that's just from, like you said, from the fermentation.
That's just that's a fermentation.
Super crucial. We have two trays here, one being good, one being bad.
Right.
And I mean, just through my untrained eye and little experience, I'd go ahead and say this was the bad one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this one you can see has a little more uniformity in color, and it's got more of that, like, beautiful pink, purple hues to it. And like you said, very important that you have those cracks or fissures.
But this is bad because it's not only not totally uniform in its color, but it has some mold in
You can
there.
see the bloom.
Yeah. And it doesn't take much to ruin a whole batch.
I'm amazed it doesn't happen more often. It's, you know,
It is a pretty amazing
it's
when you see
unbelievable.
it happen.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be so easy to screw up.
Yeah. It is easy to screw up.
Yeah. Well, Miss Guittard, thank
Great.
you for
Thank you.
tasting
Thank
with
you.
me.
Thank you for your interest.
Yeah, and showing me the ways here. We saw how the 10-pound bars are made. They also here at Guittard make a ton of different chocolate products, you know, from chocolate chips to the wafers. You know, the wafers are probably my favorite. We use them at the Bon Appétit Test Kitchen for just about everything, from snacking to baking. They melt consistently, easy to store.
This is a sample room. So everything's stored here. It sort of is a fun place to look and realize sort of the diversity of products that we make.
So when I call you from the Bon Appétit Test Kitchen and say, Amy, listen, we really need some more of those wonderful chocolate wafers or chips, do you pull them from here?
Pull them from here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Amy. All right, guys, there you have it. That's chocolate. Started off all the way on the farm where we learned how they were growing them, how they were harvesting them, fermenting them, drying them, bagging them, all that knowledge that went into there just to get that dried bean, just to get this start. And then all the way back to the factory where we saw how they roast them, how they grind them, how they mill them, you know, from the chips to the 10-pound bars, all the passion that gets involved into it. It reflects in the product. And I mean, I would just like to thank Amy Guittard, Amy Guittard, and everyone involved, you know, Jimmy and his family. It was really humbling and inspiring to see that kind of care going into what most people consider a simple product, but it's much more than that. When you go out there and buy that chocolate, just keep in mind how much it took to get there. I would just like to say thank you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this trip as much as we did. I'll never be able to look at chocolate the same. Bon appetit. I said good day, sir. You know, it's a very specialized and mother Oh. Oh, Jesus. Nice to meet you. Right over the old Goobellini, pal. You got, what about woohoo?
It's inside.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't want to go to school. Hey, Vinny. Look, I'm you. All right, a little more energy, Vince. I don't like this thing. Take it back. I believe that's cocoa butter. Wait, is this cocoa butter?
No.
Oh. Just put me in the butter vat. Augustus Goop? Gloop. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, this shirt, Vinny, you like that? Good thing we're in the Bay Area, babe. Edgevale, we're going to go meet up with Tony. Brought to you by Edgevale. Is it Edgeval? Edgevale. Well, we'll find out tonight. Can we please get a shot of the redwoods? Okie dokie! Vinny, up there, bud, take a look. Look at this thing. Huh? Come on. Call me whatever you want. Tree hugger, that's fine, man. I love these freaking things. Big old redwood, baby, huh? Look at you. There's so many different applications with the final product of chocolate. Comment below. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see me make with chocolate. I'm not looking for chocolate chip cookie recipes or your triple chocolate cake. Get creative. Comment below. Let me know if we get enough. Maybe we'll get a part 3. Bon